the core driver of the distrust in government and other institutions is that the government isn't delivering results for people. And so fixing that problem is key to actually strengthening our democracy. So I'm thinking about it in a couple ways. I was bummed to miss the last New Deal conference because you all had Jen Pahlka there. And I think Jen Pahlka is like one of the smartest people thinking and talking about this, about building state capacity. Recoding America is the book recommendation if folks haven't read it yet. It's incredibly powerful. So there's a lot of root causes to this problem. Like if you think back to the federal government of the FDR era or of the LBJ era, government was a tool to solve problems quickly. It moved very quickly to solve the biggest problems that people were facing. But today, government, for good reason in some cases, has long processes and procedures and appeals, and it's hard to move quickly. So what can we actually do to shift things? A couple things. One, we need to do smart oversight. Not partisan oversight, not shaming and blaming state agencies oversight, but oversight that is rooted in asking the question, why isn't this working and how do we fix it? And one of the revelations from Pahlka's book is like, actually, if you dig into why a lot of government programs aren't working, it's not the implementers, it's not the agencies, it's the legislators who've sort of layered on top of each other regulations and rules over a period of decades that make it very hard to maneuver. So I think it's asking questions like that. And for legislators, I don't know what the experience is for Chair Miller or Speaker McClinton in their states, but in my state, I think there has historically been a sense that the legislator's job is done when the bill is passed. Like we passed the bill, we got the budget, we're done here. And I think that's the wrong framing. We are done when the results are achieved. We are done when people's lives are better and their experiences are changed. So that means watchdogging bills after they're passed. It means following up on them the next session to see what tweaks you need to make and just keeping your eye on the ball. So, in terms of how we are operationalizing this, we've worked with the Levin Center, who I think the Levin Center was also at your your last convening. They're fantastic as well. And where we've landed, we had a bipartisan work group, 3 Republicans, 3 Democrats that worked for about a year on crafting recommendations to strengthen the branch's capacity to do this work. And like the core belief for us is the best answer isn't create an oversight committee and just let that committee, haul agencies in. It's to embed an oversight mindset and culture throughout the legislative committees. So we've already started doing new training for new legislators, training for chairs and vice chairs. I'm hopeful that we'll be able to work in an oversight agenda into each committee plan for each of our committees, and to just like very seriously operationalize a different way of thinking about our role as legislators. It's not just about passing policies. It's not just about representing constituents. It's about doing oversight and making sure government's working better.